Grayskull.
Piece of me.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace. What's happening, brother?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good, my man. I'm good, brother. Good, good. Glad to have you on, family.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. See, I'm rocking the Lyrics Matter jump off.
Cheers.
Yes, I'm gonna hold off until everybody get in before I go in on the project, man. But yo, you, brother, respect. How about on you? And everything good?
Yeah, just plugging away at this juggling act we call life.
Trying to balance the obligations and the talents, man. That's the
yeah, something like that.
yeah, that's my
I know you know what it's like.
Yeah, man. It's good to have a outlet though that allows you to, kind of express creatively as opposed to just being stuck in that that daily grind. So
yeah, absolutely.
I was actually listening to the project before we hopped on. Matter of fact, oh snap, it's 8 o'clock. Let me go ahead and hop on there. These dudes should be on in a second. I know a couple of them messages.
I told T-Bear I had to jump off around 9ish.
Okay.
That's something I had to go take care of. So
okay. Yeah, that's plenty. Appreciate any time you got, man. Cool. What's happening, Q? I'm sure we'll do something a little more formal at some point, but that's Q, Quentin S.
Peace.
I'm technically not here because I'm in what's the word? I'm in a lot of pain right now.
You still not feeling yourself?
Oh no. But yeah, but I figured I wanted to at least check in and see how long I can hang in there before I start crying.
Another dope hoodie I see you got on there, brother. You like 4 for 4 with the shirt game, man.
Oh. I got him all day, man.
I see.
What's funny though is I have the matching T-shirt.
Oh yeah, you got to coordinate.
Yeah, man.
My rule, I try to wear the T-shirt for whoever might happen to be on that night. So I'm rocking my man S's Lyrics Matter shirt.
Yeah, dope,
yeah. Yes, cheers.
Yeah. I love the title of your album too, especially considering like what you're like how you cover the basically the theme of the album, which is dope to me.
Cheers. Appreciate that.
We got a Tobias sighting.
Peace. What's good?
Peace.
What's happening?
S, what's goody, man?
I'm good. How are you, sir?
Man, I'm chilling, man. What's good, Quentin?
It's good.
I know we ain't met yet, you know what I'm saying?
This is our official first meeting.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay. Alex is the other half of the Black Maverick squad. He's the battery in my back. When I get the slack and I was like, yo, we gotta work on this. All right.
Hey man, we got to get that music going, man.
I'm the newbie of the crew.
Oh, okay, right.
I just came on board like 2-3 weeks ago, something like that.
Been like 3 or 4 weeks, yeah. Yeah, you heard that one beat in that folder, Alex, that he did. That was all I needed. I'm like, yeah, you.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that beat was hard. The Matlock sample or something, right? When that Matlock?
No, it's not. There's no samples.
There's no samples?
Nah.
Oh, I don't know why I thought that was Matlock, because it's like a mystery type beat, right? Dang, well, it had like a mystery type sound to it.
It's a bunch of horns and something else. I don't remember.
Yeah, that man. I thought that was a sample. That shit cold.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm not really big on sampling, even though I kind of want to get back into it again. It's been eons since I've actually sampled anything.
Right. Demond, what's good, boy?
What's going on, family? How y'all feeling? Greetings, AG.
Chilling.
All right. Greetings, Mr. ES.
Yeah. Peace,
Peace, sir. Congratulations on your release.
Thank you.
So did I hear right that it's SMA?
Yeah, that's my government.
Not SME.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, here comes Shy now, so we give him a second
Okay.
to lock in.
He's in a different damn room every time we record.
Yeah, man. He yeah, were you at the Booger Basement tonight, man?
Yeah, Booger Basement today, brother. How's it
Man
going?
got the baller cave.
Peace, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Q got me killed with his lighting.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, I'm gonna have to step my game up. Yo, I'm starting to pull away.
Right.
Good to see everybody, man. S, thank you for coming on, man. We really appreciate you coming on, brother.
Indeed, we
Thank you
do.
for having me. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, man. We're really excited about your project. Everybody's been talking about it a little bit, and I've heard nothing but good things before I got to it. And then once I got to it, I was like, oh yeah, this dude is really nice. Nice beat selection too. I go for beats first and foremost, but I mean, beat selection was impeccable, and the way you wrote and the mixes were beautiful. And I mean, this is my real true introduction to you as an MC, to be honest, man. To go all the way through. I've heard you rhyme once or twice, but hearing the whole album really gave me a good feel for you, man. I really mess with your work, bro.
Cheers. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Did I
Yeah,
break up on y'all talk in the middle of a conversation? I didn't mean to break in on something, man.
Oh, nah. I was just saying we we was trying to wait for a couple people to hop on. Because S and I were on first, and I was trying not to be selfish and then talk about the topics. And then when everybody else got on, we really had nothing to rap about. So
Yeah.
It'd be official one T-Bag in here.
Yeah, all right, yeah, we live now. There you go.
He bad. What's good?
What's good?
T-Bear. What up?
What's happening?
Yeah, thanks for hooking this up, bro. We appreciate this, man.
You think ass? Ain't got nothing to do with me.
I already did that one, man. Everybody gets their flowers on here, man. All times for everything. So we want to jump right in. I know S has limited time this evening, so
Yeah, man, maybe give him the floor, let him kind of, introduce himself, talk about himself a bit, and then, kind of let it roll from there, man.
The name is S. I met a bunch of you through Hip Hop Digest. Shouts out to them. Yeah, Canadian born, raised here, spent a few years of my life in Trinidad. Fell in love with hip hop, got introduced to hip hop like for real in say 87. Run DMC was my introduction. Been dabbling since like 91. The KRSs, the EPMDs, the Big Daddy Kanes, the KRSs. I think I said them already. De La, Tribe, Wu-Tang, stuff I came up on. Just probably around 07 is like when I first started releasing music, and just the rest is history. It just kept going, and here we are, 2022, still putting out tunes. So
beautiful, man. Since we're at the top of the hour, and in case somebody is just coming in for a couple of minutes to check this out, maybe you want to give us the name of your new project and give us a little background on it.
Yeah, so the latest project is called You Want a Piece of Me. Literally dropped a week and a half ago. It's basically my introduction / reintroduction, where I talk about myself, share pieces of my world that new listeners wouldn't have heard before, and for people that have been following me or who have heard of me before, tell things about my life that they may not have known just because I may not have touched on it on past releases. So yeah, it's basically an introduction / reintroduction to the world. So yeah, that's really it. I felt it was time. It's my 6th release, and I don't think previous releases I'd really gone that in depth as far as my life. So yeah, felt it was time, and here it is.
Okay.
We even brought out Elzai for the joint.
Yeah. I was opportunity presented itself, and I had to I had the opportunity to work with him, and you know, it was a no-brainer. So I jumped on that opportunity, and yeah, he definitely you know, made the track bigger than it could have been, or bigger than it would have been without him. So you know, definitely you know, great appreciative of that opportunity, and you know, we'll see what you know, what comes from it, what happens as far as, you know, the listenership you know, growing, and you know, meeting new people, and you know, connecting with different heads from different places. You know.
Yeah,
I just want to say too that you held your own. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, somebody outshine one another. Like you fit right in with Elzai. You know what I'm saying? So that's a big up right there.
Yeah.
I was listening to both y'all verses real hard. I'm like, all right, yeah, Elzai be barring, man. So I'm like, well, S about to come with. I know S be barring too. So I was listening to both verses. I was like, all right, they equally there. I was like, yeah, they held this track down. You know what I'm saying? That shit was cold, man.
Yeah, and I know, I mean, he's, you know, one of the best when it comes to concept records and executing. So, you know, it was, definitely, you know, when the opportunity presented itself, you know, I felt he would be the best, if not, you know, he'd be one of the best picks for somebody to feature on a joint like that. So he definitely did his thing on it.
Sheed, I know your mind working.
Yo, at the entrance, it sounded crazy. To say you held your own might be an understatement. I'm like, yeah, yo, you more than held your own in that joint. Yo, I'm not. Yeah. I'm gonna just leave it at that. But
yeah, that's y'all know what I meant, man.
Yeah, I'm just saying no disrespect either way, yo. But yeah, like it was no slouching on that joint. You know?
I didn't want to be the one to say it, because I know I'm already building a reputation of the dude that just likes to hate on people for random reasons or something. So and I love Elzai, so you know.
Yeah. It's again, there's no disrespect. You know, when we watch this back, you'll see my face at everything I think. When you watch this back, you will see my face at everything I think.
That's why I said I know your mind is over there working.
Yeah. No, and I'm gonna just go on record and say, like, S has gotten to the point where I buy his stuff unheard. He's like, I'm releasing, I'm in it, like, pre-order. Like, I don't even need to hear it at this point in time. Like
I told him, I said, as soon as you throw the pre-order link up, I'm on it.
You did say that. You did say that.
And
shout out to you, man.
Even though you released, like maybe 2 songs before it dropped, 3?
Two songs, yeah.
I ain't listened to none of them until the whole thing came out.
Hey, same
wow.
I didn't listen to not one of them until it all came out.
I had to hear Attack.
That's dope.
Yeah, especially since you said it was gonna be a concept, you know. So I'm like, well, I gotta let it all play. And hell, social media was a concept.
Right.
So you got to hear the whole thing. I can't just listen to one song.
Yeah,
for sure. There's an appreciation. Mm-hmm.
So that's facts, man. Yeah,
I don't know Elzai, so I felt like he was keeping up with your concept of what the record was.
Well,
I knew that's
how I heard it.
I knew it was gonna be a flag on the play.
I know S, but I'm not too familiar with Elzai. So that's how I heard it.
Yeah, I'm usually the person that Quentin's about to be. I'm going on mute, so
Elzai, he's from Slum Village. You heard of Slum Village?
Okay, yeah, I heard of Slum Village.
Yeah. So when Dilla left, Elzai kind of came in and took up.
Right.
His
spot. I knew it sounded familiar. Okay, I do know. All right.
Go back. I think his debut was what? Detroit Deli.
Okay.
Maybe.
Was it before that?
It was what's the album with Tainted?
Okay.
What's the name of it?
Yeah. It's like a deli on the cover, right?
T-Bag's at work. He about to get this answer.
Oh, there we go. Right. He go right. I get to see the cover. Right. He got the cover.
Yeah, I have a question while we were waiting, man. The how this track came about, how Attack came about. That one and Home are my 2 favorites to tell the truth. But
okay,
can you mind giving a little background, like BTS making up for the track with Elzhi and Home?
Okay, so I'll start with the Elzhi joint. So this was probably last June, July. One of my boys had hit me up. He had this idea to work on a compilation project, and actually before that, he had asked me just two hip hop fans talking. He had asked me, if there was an artist out there that I could work with, who would it be? And I said, Elzhi. He's one of he's in my personal top 5. I thought it was just, two hip hop fans talking. I didn't know at the time that he had plans on, trying to, connect us. So the deadline at the time was like August, September, something like that. So, I mean, there wasn't a whole lot of time, to, connect with Elzhi if we were going to do it to work on something. So I already had Attack done. So the 2 verses that I did with the cuts and everything, that was already done. I had this song in the sort of in the chamber for this album that I just dropped. And he had suggested, why don't we get Elzhi on your joint? He has this compilation project. You got this album. We could cross promote. It'll be beneficial for us both. So I said, well, yeah, hell yeah. So sent him the track. Within a couple of weeks, he sent back the verse, got it mixed. The rest is history. So it was basically the concept for Attack was what I had come up with for the album, and he was sort of an add-on at the end. So I gave him the concept. He had the reference. So he basically just followed my lead on that one. So he did what he needed to do as a vet should, and he blessed the record. So that's how Attack came about.
That's what's up.
Melted it together perfect.
So it was Trinity was their first. Was his first album with Slumville.
Yep, Trinity.
Trinity, yeah. That's the one. Yeah.
But before that, he showed up on, when I first heard him, it was Welcome to Detroit, produced by Jay Dilla.
Yeah,
oh my God, he murdered that verse. Whew.
Yes, he did.
That song was insane.
Yes,
Come get it.
Yeah, the bar work on that was like, wow.
Yeah.
So the fact that you, like, 1, you had him on your song, and 2, I wasn't like, let me take that Elzhi verse back and see what he, like, that is impressive for me. You know what I'm saying? Because usually I'm listening to Elzhi and I'm like, all right, let me take that back real quick. You know what I'm saying? I took the song back and listened to the song, not the Elzhi verse. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. And actually, you bring up a good point. One of the things that I wanted to do, make sure, was that people could hear my stuff first, hear my verses first before him. So, you don't run into a situation where people are just fast forwarding to get to his verse or skipping over my part or turning it off after hearing him. So I wanted to sort of lead the way and then hold people till the end to have to listen to what he had to say at the end. So it worked out.
One more thing. I know I was reading your liner notes earlier too. I know you said that you was catching writer's block, and then you said, what was your son was
my kids.
Animal Planet.
Yeah. So I'm in the living room, trying to write to this beat, and the kids came into the living room, turned on the TV, and they like these nature shows. They were watching one of these National Geographic type shows. And, a segment came on where, there was lions out in the wilderness, attacking their prey, plotting, scheming how to get their next meal. And, as I'm watching it, the real strategic nature of how they do that sort of inspired, came up, made for a good song concept. Because, when I put out music or put out albums, singles, whatever, everything is strategic. Nothing is, freestyle off the head. It's usually pretty calculated the way I put stuff together. So I try to, mesh the two ideas together and, use it as a metaphor for how I approach music. So that's where that came from.
Where does that come from? Where's that that desire to make the project kind of all together and have no loose ends? Where's that come from?
You know what? One of my favorite artists that does that well is Master Ace. Like he's one of the dopest when it comes to concept albums, and from Sitting on Chrome onwards, I've been following him and how he puts together albums with the skits and real thought out, and it's real methodical the way he puts his albums together, and that's where I gain a lot of my inspiration from. And I always wanted to do concept albums, and I think in the last probably the last 3-4 albums I've been able to do that, and the response has been pretty good, so I definitely like to do them more.
Now you got to do a song with Master Ace.
The thought has crossed my mind. It might happen.
He's been talked about quite a bit between folks on here lately.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's very dope, man.
Hey,
gotta do an Ace video next.
On the word.
So how about the background behind Homes? I love the end of Home, especially. That really stood out and touched me.
So Home was the very first record that I wrote for this album. Just the vibe of the beat, it just felt like it had a nice warm feel to it, and when I wrote it, basically just home is sort of the vibe and the theme that came to mind, as I was getting into it, and the two aspects of what I consider home would be, my creative space, my home away from home, within my home, and, my family. These are the two people, or the two entities that I like around me. That's where I get most of my peace of mind, my solace. So the first verse was, what it was about the music, and the second verse was about, the family. And, I wanted to incorporate my family into it as well. That's one of the things that I really take pride in, and, having them, just say what was on their minds. Nothing was scripted. It was purely, improvised, and, they spoke their minds. And, I love the way that the engineer was able to piece everything together to make it sound like a, conversation between father and sons. And home.
Classic material.
Yeah, my favorite hip hop is the personal stuff, the stuff that feels like you get to know a person and you can really relate to somebody. So that home immediately. I didn't even normally I like to listen to a project all the way through, but when that one hit, I had to rewind that one immediately. So
nice.
Much respect on that one, man.
Cheers.
Yeah.
It make you smile, man, when it got to your family talking, man. That definitely made you smile, because you start thinking about my kids and how they feel about it.
Right.
I think my favorite part was, if they had $1 million, it wasn't we gonna move. He said we gonna pay down the mortgage and stay here. I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, the presence of mind to know that in today's day and age, $1 million isn't really that much. I had to kudos to the young man for that.
Well, like I said, I was playing golf when I listened to it, so I wasn't smiling, bro. The song is dope, but I wasn't in the best headspace.
The flex, man. You was playing golf. Come on, man.
Bro. I should have been messaging you. The project is dope, but it got me through a less than ideal round of golf, bro. But speaking of that, kind of. So what about Say My Name Right, man? Like that resonated with me for several reasons. But where did, outside of the obvious, where did that come from?
Okay, so the first verse, I've been S from even before I started rhyming. So from like when I was six years old, that's been my nickname. And I decided, once I started putting out music, to just keep that name. That was, my friends called me that, and it was easy. But the thing with that name is people just kept thinking it was 2 syllables. It was ES. Like I do shows, live shows, and I'd be introduced on stage by the host as ES, even though, you know, numerous times, same promoter who put me on a show, I tell him my name is S. The next show, he introduced me, yo, give it up for ES. And it's just one of those things that, you know, I just couldn't escape it. And I decided, you know what? I have fun with this record and I'll just do like a PSA. The first verse is more of a PSA for people that probably, you know, have never heard of me before. You know, this is my name. For people that have heard of me before, this is a reminder. This is my name. It's S. It's not ES. So yeah, I just had fun with the first verse, and the second verse was more talking about, you know, some of the struggles that I had as a kid growing up. You know, having a non-Anglo name, a non-Anglo-Saxon name that people weren't used to, and just trying to navigate how I dealt with that situation as a kid. What I thought was the easiest way to, you know, get rid of all the ridicule and, you know, teasing or, you know, butchering of my name. I just decided to, you know, go on some name recognition type ish. You know, go with Sesame Street is a popular TV show for kids back in those days. So Sesame Street, something that everybody could identify with. So, you know, just call me Sesame without the first S, and that's my name, and that name stuck since. I never corrected anybody really, but, you know, deep down inside, it's been on my mind.
Uh-huh. That's how I feel. Your approach to what's the name? What's the one, the piece of me?
Right.
Yeah, I feel like that was your approach to kind of like, okay, enough is enough, or this is what the full name is versus the nickname.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't in like a malicious way. It was more just a, you know, a PSA type deal. You know, for anybody that didn't know, and it you know, it's also another way to just, you know, reveal, you know, a piece of me that probably, you know, most people didn't know, other than, you know, my immediate family would know. So
yeah.
The name thing is I'm sorry, what were you saying, Sha?
No, I was just saying that title was extremely creative. I didn't have anything for you.
Yeah, that's very creative. I like that very much. So.
Yeah, it was one of the first things I mentioned. I was gonna say, like, on the name thing, my daughter has dealt with that for her entire life as well. Her name is Rihanna, spelled Rianna, which makes it seem a little bit easier to see that it's Rihanna, not spelled like the other Rihanna, who everyone calls Rihanna.
Right.
People still call her Rihanna, you know, because they know the artist named Rihanna, whose name is actually Rihanna as well, you know. So we tried to get around that, and it still didn't work out.
It still didn't work. Yeah.
I went through something like that too. His name is Naeem, and got all types of stuff, and his name has an apostrophe in it, so that's going through all types.
Yeah. Who was that, Sha? Who was that, Sha?
All that, huh?
Who did you say?
My son.
Your son? Okay.
Yeah, his name is Naeem, and a apostrophe I. So that apostrophe gets lost, the A gets capitalized, he gets all types of fun stuff. And seeing people try to figure out how to pronounce that is hilarious,
man. My name was similar. You know, my daughter's name is Deja, but I did the young black father trying to prove a point spelling of that joint. So yeah, like, you know, so she gets Dazia. You know, but she's good about correcting people though. Like I'm similar to you. I'm like, man, if I don't even plan to see you ever again, I don't care what you call me, yo. So you know, and like, you know, but a lot of people call me Sheed. I'm like, just call me Sheed, you know, instead of, you know, to your point. That's why I said that song really hit home with me for a number of reasons, man.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, and I think a lot of, you know, like I said, people with non-Anglo-Saxon names, they probably go through some variation of that. So, you know, it's another relatable tune that you know, some people can relate to. So
what's your favorite one experience from the album, and your favorite song from the album, if you have one?
My favorite experience from the album? Yeah, I'd probably say Home. You know, just being able to you know, put out something with my kids on it. I mean, a couple albums ago, I had a song that had my wife on it, doing vocals. So I was able to get my kids on this one. So yeah, just I call that father-son bonding time, and they get to hear their voices on record, and that's kind of cool for them too. So
yeah, that's really
what was it? What was the second question?
The second one was what's your favorite song from the project?
Ooh, favorite song.
If you have one, I'm not gonna force you to have one. I know it's kind of hard. It's like picking children, right?
You know what?
I think favorite song.
I think Home. I think I'll agree with Home. Home was probably my favorite one. Okay. It just hit a certain. What's the word I'm looking for? It just hit me a certain way. And just also hearing the feedback that I've gotten from a lot of people since the record dropped, people seem to be resonating with Home quite a bit. So that feels good too. So
where the heart is.
What about the Dreams interlude? Is that your parents on the Dreams?
Those are my parents. Yeah.
I thought that was dope, man. That was really interesting to kind of hear their perspective.
Now, are they from Trinidad? Where did they immigrate from?
Cameroon.
Cameroon, okay.
Yeah, West Africa. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really dope, man. You really put this concept together and really rocked it, man. I'm really impressed by it, man.
I'm a sucker for a good concept too.
Yeah.
Said I'm a sucker for a good concept album too.
Yeah, he got it off. Yeah.
Yeah, you deserve big kudos for that. This definitely isn't just an album. So,
hey, I'm gonna go suggest everybody that hasn't heard it go listen to Social Meteor, because that's another dope concept album. It's definitely not a slouch. I kind of showed it earlier, but I do have it on wax. So
beat me to it. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I know you got it.
Matter shirt. That's all right.
But I said that's my role. I got to wear the T-shirt of whoever's on that night. So yeah, that's kind of my role in the squad. But
I feel like with your catalog, I got to ask a mid-school question. In his absence, do you have a playlist with some of your favorite songs from your catalog together that we can find online somewhere?
A playlist?
Yeah.
No. Honestly, like you mean like Spotify? You mean?
Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, wherever your service.
Like not a specific playlist. Like, I don't really do the Spotify thing too tough. Like, I have my music on there because I know that's how people consume music nowadays. But no, I don't have an account to like go on there and make playlists or anything like that. So just Bandcamp is really like, if you want to take in everything front to back, Bandcamp, I guess. But it's available everywhere.
So if somebody wants to get familiar with your catalog, how would you suggest they start? You think they should start from the beginning and work their way up, start here, work their way back? Is there a different order?
I would say, probably from the beginning, just to kind of see the growth, I guess. My first record came out in 2012. Second one, 2014. Third one was 2017, 2019, 2020, and then now 2022. So, I've seen the growth. I hope other people see it as well. I think the writing has gotten better, and I've found my comfort zone, and I think I'm making better music now than 10 years ago. So that's always a positive. It's all about growth and taking things to the next level. So
I know I forget which song it was, but was it The Winning Formula, maybe, where you were talking about kind of your approach to beat selection, scratches, etc. I thought that was kind of dope, because it's interesting how some of those elements seem to have gotten lost over time, especially in the commercial realm.
Right.
So it was dope to kind of hear you talk about and emphasize the importance of those as it relates to your process, man. So respect on that.
Yeah, cheers. Yeah, I thought it was something that, I think a lot of people, fans, it's probably something that they think about. I wonder how my favorite artists, put together their bodies of work. What's their process? So I shared a simplified, take on how I put together projects. I listen to the beat. I come up with some concepts before I put anything in audio. I'm jotting down notes. I'm, formulating concepts in my head. Put them down on paper. Put them out, and just trying to separate myself as much as I can from what everybody else is doing. Just being myself and not compromising, the person that I've become on this journey that's been glorious. It's one of the lines. So, yeah.
I also like the "I don't write 100 songs" line too, but that that set well with me, yo. I appreciated that. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. I mean, again, it's not. I said this in another interview I did recently. Like, it's not a shot at anybody. It's just what works for me. I know some people, they do a volume of recordings, and then they're going through the recordings and trying to handpick, and that might work for them, but that doesn't work for me. When I come up with a concept, which is typically after the third or fourth song, I find the common denominator between those four songs, and then build the theme for the rest of the album based on that central focal theme that I've come up with. So I already have it in my head. If I have these four songs and the album's gonna be, say, 40 minutes, because I'm trying to get it to fit on vinyl. Okay, 10 songs is probably going to be the target. So now I got to come up with 6 other themes that are related to these initial 4 to come up with the 10 to fit the 40 minutes so that it'll fit on vinyl. So it's all strategic, it's all calculated, and that's usually how I put my projects together.
But you actually have a song or 2 or 3 done first, as opposed to maybe the concept and then going in.
Right. So I do 3 or 4, and then I find the common thread between those 3 or 4. Because there's a certain way that I write rhymes, a certain way that certain concepts and topics that I like to touch on. So it's not far-fetched for me to find a common thread between 3 or 4 songs that I've written. Okay. So once I come up with those initial 3 or 4, then I can find other themes that are related to those initial 4, so that you get a nice cohesive body of work.
Is that how you started when you said you started in 07? Like, was that your approach in the beginning? Is that what made you compelled you to actually writing? Was the concept you saw, or was it like a beat you just heard and got you into it? What made you really step into it all the way?
Yeah, just back in the MySpace days. This is
okay.
You're taking it back 07, 06, 07. MySpace. I was releasing a single here, a single there, and the feedback was real positive.
Okay.
People respected the content and the style of beats and whatnot. So that just motivated me to keep going. People said I had something to say, and I was pretty good at how I said it, so I just kept going. And as I built my network of producers, beat makers, MCs, I was able to take that and eventually put out my first project in 2012, solo project in 2012. And the confidence that built up from that point, I just kept going, and
Do you have a rapport with a particular producer? Like when one of these concepts, like Gangstar, Premier, and Guru or something like that, have you found a producer that you would, etch out a whole project like that or something?
You mean back then or now?
Now, would you consider that?
You know what? Up until recently, the EP I put out in 2020, I had never really considered doing a full project with just one producer. I'd always had 5, 6, 7 different producers on a project. So all my past releases usually had like, multiple producers. So it's only 2020 that I worked with a UK producer. Shout out to Pandemonium. And then this time around, opportunity presented itself to work with one producer, and made it happen.
All right.
So,
That's pretty classic.
It is, man.
That's pretty classic right there. I like that. All right.
What led to you choosing the concept for this particular album? I know you say you have 3 or 4 songs that you get, and then that kind of gives you your direction. Is that the same thing that happened here?
Yeah, definitely. As far as the theme for this one, I just wanted to do something different. I never want to, do the same thing over and over and over again. I'd done a number of different themes in the past, and it's just every album, like after the the promo cycle kind of dies down, and I'm contemplating what I want to do next. I usually take time to reflect on what I've done in the past, and try to think what else can I put out there that people haven't already heard time over and over again. And I decided I just wanted to speak about me. And I guess after the first 3 or 4 songs were written, that's pretty much the conclusion that I came up with, that this is the direction that I want to go for this one. So
that's dope. So this wasn't one of those things where you walked in like, I know I need to be more revelatory or more personal on this album.
Nah, that didn't come till after the 3rd or 4th song. Yeah.
It's dope. I love when the projects kind of define themselves, when songs kind of define their own direction. And I don't know if you know, but we really try to keep this more relaxed. We don't like to make this a real stiff interview type environment. I hope this hasn't felt like a stiff interview.
No.
Because the amount of time us being conscious.
Shit, I feel stiff.
Hang out.
Shit, I think we the stiff ones and shit. He all loose. We stiff. Everybody not moving except for the All right.
Yeah, I know I'm moving a lot, man. My bad. My son running around here, man. So I'm
no, you good. Right.
I'm trying to be in one spot, man, because we interviewing him. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to my son, man. He signed the head charge right now, man.
Full disclosure, I keep moving because I'm trying to eat.
Huh? Maybe get him on, just put him on camera like Cayman, man. We get Cayman.
Oh my God.
Give breaks for him, man.
Yeah, Cayman is actually grade school. I don't know if y'all know that or not.
Oh shoot, no, I got a couple snippets ready to go for the promo that are just Cayman based this week, man. So
word, let them rip. Let them rip.
It's in there. Yeah, it's in. I think I saw it.
Mm-hmm. Do you kids ever get a chance to get involved with your music at all?
Like
besides this album?
Besides this one, no. This was the first time for them. This was the first time for them. Like I had my wifey on my 2017 project, but other than that, this is probably the first time.
Dope.
Do any of your children play instruments, or are they showing any interest in this art or any in particular?
Piano. I mean, we had the kids playing piano, that kind of stuff. Sure. But from the musical side, piano. Had all of them on piano.
3 of them?
All 3 of them, yeah.
Okay, word, that's dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
How'd you get them to stick with it, man? I couldn't get my daughter to stick with it for anything, man.
Well, that's the thing. So my oldest, he lost interest. He dropped out. My middle one lost interest, dropped out. But my youngest, we're keeping him in there because he seems to be sticking with it and showing the most interest. So he's wanted to quit a couple times because his older brothers are not doing it with him. But no, we said, nah, you're sticking with this.
Okay.
But yeah, we got him in sports and soccer and volleyball, basketball, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So 3 boys, what are the ages?
16, 14, and 10.
Okay. Oh, how did you find the time to record with 3 boys in the house, man? I know there's a lot of running around with activities and just kind of managing them.
No, they're older, so they're self-sufficient, so they don't need the hand holding anymore. Like it was a lot tougher, say like 5-6 years ago. But yeah, they they have their games. They got their basement that they play in, and I could be in another room doing what I do, and they don't bother me. They don't bother wifey. So yeah, I usually after they go to sleep, that's when I sneak in and go do what I need to do. So
bedtime trick. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Clearly, y'all don't live with Cayman. Clearly, y'all don't live with Cayman.
Seeing you with Cayman takes me back to Sheet. I remember days when I'd have my son on my arm as I'm spitting a verse in a mic or something like that back in the day, or I'd have him. I got his voice, so I got him on hooks from when he was like 4 years old. I got him doing all kinds of stuff. So that's how I love to hear how other people may or may not involve the kids, or how they find time, because I couldn't find time away, so I just bring him down to the lab.
Definitely.
And I try to
make him beats at 11.
I was about to say, I try to keep him in here, man, because he has, he's showing, Serato Sunday, he'll come in if I'm recording something, start scratching. I'm like, all right, you'll have at it, man, because if he can learn all of this now, or at least not be afraid of it, by the time he's 7 or 8, he will have grasped all the fundamentals. And if you can pass, like my daughter, my daughter spends more than I do. She nice. 2 years ago, her only form of income was from DJing, and she's almost back to that now. You know what I mean? But she makes enough money DJing to not really have to work a traditional job if she doesn't want. You know what I mean? She sings. And I'm hoping to get him without making it work. You know what I'm saying? Like, come in, have fun. So, I'll record him on something and drop it in some place sometimes. And
I sincerely apologize, gentlemen. I gotta jump off.
Absolutely, man. No, thank you for your time, brother.
Thank you.
I wish we could have done this longer. I feel like I owe you guys a lot more of my time, but I appreciate you having me on. Seriously.
No problem. Always the thing that you're always welcome back, man. Just say the word and set it up.
Yeah, bro. Even if just to talk about anything other than me and my music. I was
hoping to get to you. I know you're short on time, so we'll get back to it, man. You just say when you're ready, man. When you got time, we'll definitely be eager to have you. This is just a hangout, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Well, appreciate you, gentlemen. You have yourselves a good night.
You too.
I appreciate it. S. Be safe, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Peace.
That was dope, fellas.
Yeah,
that was nice.
Yeah, appreciate it coming on, man. T Day especially, man. Thank you for making that happen, bro.
It's a message.
Message.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was just a message. I thought you said he was in a Hip Hop Digest.
Yeah, we know him.
Right. You take that message. Okay.
But yeah, it was just shoot him a message.
Okay.
And get down
like,
that.
yeah, you love to do it, so everything fell into place.
Nice.
Yeah, S is a good dude, man.
Yeah,
he's definitely a good dude.
Yeah, definitely. I can see.
And he's
go ahead.
And he's brutally honest. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? If he says he rocks with you, you can believe it, because if he doesn't. Well, you saw them. I don't know if you saw the message he posted the other day about somebody that reached out to him, but he's he's brutally honest. Yeah. So
I love that.
But you need that.
You talk about that DJ?
Yeah. But you need that. Yeah. Shoot, you remember he said something about us early on from the Chicago joint, and it wasn't disrespectful. He's like, yo, how do y'all feel about people rocking over their actual songs instead of instrumental beds?
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Which was a fair question. It was absolutely a fair question. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely a stand-up dude. And he's lyrically, he's dope, yo.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Very good.
I feel like I remember that. That was in the Digest chain, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I handled that. Well, that was because did you guys respond because of that situation you were forced into in Chicago?
Yeah, that's basically what it boiled down to. But still a fair question, and that's been in the back of my mind ever since. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We hoping
actually, y'all might remember I was saying.
I have no idea what y'all talking about.
So we
I don't know.
we did.
I mean,
we did a show in Chicago, right? It was kind of.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember.
Yeah,
All right, got you.
But like it was kind of last minute. Yeah, it was last minute. So when I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna fly out. I'll do it." Like
Okay.
you know, we didn't have a chance to get performance tracks or anything. So we was like, "Bump, we just gonna rock over the joints." You know what I'm saying? So we was literally rhyming over. We wasn't Dipset bad, but you know, it was.
Oh wait. Oh, so you guys did it? Okay. So you guys went over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that the same spot you all know about, Damon?
Yeah.
I don't want to say the name because we ain't trying to bash them because I don't have to.
No, well, that wasn't their fault. It wasn't their fault.
Right. This is up to you though, right?
Yeah, that's what we had at the time. Like it really boiled down to like, yo, we got this opportunity. I was like, yo, let me see if I get a ticket. And then you know, it's like, all right, well, we got like 12 hours. So you know, I'll be there tomorrow. Let's meet real fast. Like we hadn't even met each other in person at this point in time. You know what I'm saying? It's like a bunch of back and forth. Like it was all literally social media stuff. Here, put this in Google Drive. So like, you know, I went to his house for like an hour. We sat down, chopped it up, and then we got there, and it was even different than what we planned. So,
so y'all got on stage, and you.
Yeah, we didn't.
So what was the kickback and the digest for? He's like, man,
it really wasn't. Like he was he was just like, yo, how do you feel about people rhyming over the actual lyrics? You know what I'm saying? It's not like we was up there like Milli Vanilli. Yeah, but it was a fair question. You know what I'm saying? And it like you know it definitely a fair question. And it, like I said, it put that thought in my mind. Like yo, I think we actually hit each other up. Like yo, he's right. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, even though we understand the circumstance.
Right.
It's still a valid question, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is before we even tried to put out performance tracks. We was just making songs. Like we weren't even thinking about like, all right, we about to go perform this, you know what I'm saying? We was just making songs. So it was like he's saying last minute, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like it was a fair question though, you know?
Yeah.
I never fair question. What's that like? Having to rock and hear your voice in the background and having to like stick to exactly what's said in the verses. Is that a challenge when you're performing?
It definitely is.
See, it's not for me. It really isn't for me because I'll run over the song so many times. Like I'll be honest, spit a sentence. I was concerned about spit a sentence because I couldn't remember the order of the 4 verses. So I was like, yo, I don't want to get up here and start saying, you know, somewhat amazing, and it's not somewhat amazing's time. You know what I mean? but the rest of them, I think I did Tote. We did Cardboard Spinning, and we did Mumble.
Yeah.
And then like Tote was a solo drink for me, and then like the rest of them was kind of Alex's joint. So but yeah, like I remember spit a sentence. I was like, yo, yeah, dog, just make sure you start this joint right, yo. It's probably, if we go back and watch it, it's probably a slight hesitation at the start for me to hear kind of what the first word was before I hopped in. But
it'd be hard. I mean, it's hard to do it because, like you said, Sha, like say like when you rapping and you got a different way you want to say it because you feeling some type of energy from the crowd, you can't really do it. You know what I'm saying? Because the track is already laid. You know what I'm saying? But in some ways it is helpful because your lyrics are there and you could breathe, take you a breather whenever you want to, and the track gonna keep playing. You know what I'm saying? So. But
depend on each other for ad libs if you fall short on breath or whatever, right?
Right. But I mean, like everything was last minute, and we had everything else planned. Like we wanted to like he was gonna DJ, you know what I'm saying? So we had everything planned, but when they fucked all the shit up, you know what I'm saying? It threw everything off, man. So
all right.
And that's why he's saying it was difficult because he was so mad
Right, that's when he was about to.
I'm joking.
Right.
Calm down.
I told them, hey, all the people up there, mumble rappers. I was like, man, fuck mumble rap. I was doing
We shut down all that mumble shit, bringing up that real hip hop. We want lyrics. We want meaning.
I knew we was gonna have to fight our way out that joint, yo. Like in my head, I was literally like, I'm about to take some lumps in Chicago, yo. He had a little towel with him. I was like, this dude.
What? Okay,
yeah, that's
I'm trying to see if that was the same that story. Okay, that's the completed story now. How that whole night ended up with fuck mumble rap.
Yo. And to top it off, we had a song called Mumble. basically
working in your favor.
Basically, dissing mumble rap, and at the end of that joint, I said I got kids your age. What I'm about to do to use a form of child abuse. And then we, yeah, man, yo, it was
y'all ran out the back to the car, man. What?
Yo,
wow.
It was wild, yo. But it was actually fun. Because it was the range of music was so diverse.
Okay.
I think they did. Like Alex had a bunch of people show up, so we had like it was good people there. Plus, he was so energetic on stage. By the time I got up there, he already had it.
Okay.
So all I had to do was kind of not lose him.
Okay.
So like the song before I was gonna do something, when I went up on the stage, I was breakdancing behind him off in the corner.
Damn.
And like I started doing my little she dance, kind of like loosen them up, and then like I gotta say I was basically pompous. I'm sitting on speakers rhyming and shit. Like I'm being a dickhead. Like yo, we own this. You know what I mean? At this point, we own this.
Footage from the joint.
That's what I was just about to say.
Yeah. So I think my wife recorded it. Yeah.
No, y'all should send some performance footage. We could put it on as B-roll or something on one of these joints and maybe slip.
I'll find it. I'll find it. But yeah, so we was on stage. But what was so dope about it, like when we got on stage, like doing cardboard spinning, we was just doing the same stuff on stage. Like we had been performing together forever. Mm-hmm. So like I remember being on stage like, yo, it's just natural. Like it's not even thought. Like this is supposed to be happening. Right. You know what I mean? So
right. But that's why that question it only applies to y'all situation due to the circumstances. So you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I had to learn too. You should have like a performance track with, you know what I'm saying, and with just the chorus on there or your ad-libs on there. But yeah, I'm sure y'all you shouldn't even plan it that way. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't apply, but I get what people say. I mean, due to the circumstances,
Again, it's a fair question, and the
people they do it all the time. I go see.
The problem is commonplace. You know what I mean? And like everything I've ever done has been with performance tracks. You know what I'm saying? So, but at that point in time, given kind of the nature of it in the compressed window, like. We really wasn't even the Black Mavericks yet. It was like, yo, we did Mumble together, and then we did Cardboard Spinning. It's like, yo, I gotta show you, wanna come rock? I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, but that was
So now do y'all have a performance?
That's why I'm like, if we do a show, man, that shit gotta be right, man. Like we got DJs, man, you know what I'm saying? We gonna have performance tracks. That shit, like, it's been too many shows I've been to locally where people be like, yo, man, I got my song on my Apple Music right here. Let me plug this up. Like, that shit's so whack.
Yeah.
Yo, so good. I'm glad to hear this. So did any of y'all ever, and I'm not asking this with any judgment or with any expectation on the answer, but did any of y'all practice together, or did, like, Damon, in your case, do you ever have somebody come on to do the hype man role or whatever?
My hype man didn't show up.
Oh shit!
Never, man. Hype man never showed up. Either late or somebody else came, and that motherfucker wanted to rap. So I gotta let him perform and shit. Then I get on. You know, it's always something. every time. Cuzzo got stuck up at 95th. I'm like, how you get stuck up? You know what I'm saying? It's always something. I mean, each and every time up until the pandemic. Yeah, I think I did. The last show I did, the last couple I did by myself, but I was the MC at the time. So I MC'd and then performed a couple songs. So I really didn't need nobody. So last two times I was the MC. So I only did like 3 or 4 songs. And then before that, I was the headliner, and the headliner only get like 2 or 3 songs. And then just stick around. They wanted me to just stick around for the whole night. So it just worked that way. But the first 4 or 5 shows, I needed somebody, and they just didn't show up every time. So, and I don't have a performance track. I just had the beat. Most of the time, you know, and I'm sweating, I'm done. I mean, my voice cracking by the 3rd or 4th song, and people just kind of feel the energy. Like, man, dog, you gave her everything. Like, I don't even care. I fucked up all the time. Restarted, like, man, but people feel it by the 3rd or 4th song. It's like, man, this motherfucker singing that shit from the heart. So that's how I crashed it out the last 2 times, just like that. So
you got footage too?
Now my son knows all my songs. Okay. So we talked about him doing. He know all the songs and shit. So that'll be fun to see if that happens.
That'll be dope as hell.
Right. That's what I'm trying to get him up for. So yeah. But
so we had everything complete, like dancers, the whole bit. So we used to rehearse, like,
that's what's up.
Rehearse like dance routines. Actually, me and James, we actually we kind of took the Kane with scoop and scrap thing even further than they did. So, you know, Kane would hop in every now and again. We actually had a whole routine, like, so we used to practice like 2 hours a night, you know, for like 2 to 3 weeks. If we had a show coming up, we practiced for 2 to 3 hours a night for weeks in advance of the show. But we was also around each other so much that it was, you know, it was second nature, man. Like we had a couple of different people that used to dance for us too. So like if somebody couldn't make it, you know, James and Raj, you know, all right, they can't make it. Call this person, you know what I mean?
That's complete.
But yeah, so
that's the huge advantage. That's a huge advantage. You know what I'm saying?
It was a whole show. You know what I mean? It was a whole show. And then like solo stuff, you know, I never really wanted to be a solo act. You know what I mean? Which is kind of odd, I think, in some ways, but I always felt like it was better to share. Cause I want to clown more than I want to do anything. Like, you know, while y'all rocking, she dance. Look at any video I'm in, you're gonna see the same dance at some point in that video before it ends. The she dance is happening. If you look at any video I'm in since like, I don't know, like 92, the same dance is happening, bruh.
But that's why I was so happy when they did their video, when y'all did the video and y'all was like, man, you can just stick around and be an extra. I'm like, shit, hell yeah. I'm like, man, I was dancing and shit. My girl was like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, I ain't never been in the video before. Like, she was like, you was really back there doing like the Tom and Jerry and shit. I'm like, wow.
Oh, damn.
Oh, man, it was exciting just to be in there. But I know what you're saying. When you have like that energy, like a bunch of people, like, you really don't care what's going on as long as you like in there and shit, you know?
And my thing, I want whoever's around me to be good. You know what I'm saying? That's really all I'm worried about. So I don't really take myself too serious. Like, I take the art of performing serious, but a part of my serious performance is not looking like I'm being serious. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a part of my shtick. So I'm always trying to enjoy, like, even in the joint we did with Witchcraft in the fucking 10 degrees outside, like,
that was dope.
You know, when the camera was on, I'm gonna be who I am. The camera on, I'm like, but you know, the camera's on, you know, but I always preferred to be around more than just me, because I think it's bigger than me.
So what do y'all, have any of y'all pictured or imagined the GRYSKLL show yet? And like
all the time.
What have you envisioned specifically, like specific songs or well, you know, anything specific happening? Like I'll give you an example. I know I asked Kareem about, you know, what he if he has anything he really wants to do on a show or he plans to do. And y'all heard him say he's about them orange cones. So he would come out here before anything happens, but you know, before this music drops or whatever, he'll come out, just set the orange cones up on the stage first. And then whatever the hell happens after that is what's gonna happen. Did any of y'all have something?
Man, I imagine everybody with the GRYSKLL hoodies. You know what I'm saying? I imagine T-Bear up there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, with the whole setup, you know what I'm saying? And he just introducing, just livening it up, you know what I'm saying, with the scratches and everything. Like, dude, we could have a dope ass show, man. Like, motherfuckers don't do that shit, man. Like, I've been to so many shows, man. They do not have a DJ, man. Everything is flash drives, use your cell phone, or CDs. They do not have a fucking DJ, man. So
yeah,
for me, especially, you know, my homie that got the spot in Chicago, man. I have never seen, even when I go up north, let me take that back. At Sub T, they do it.
Oh yeah.
But all the other spots I've been to, man, they don't do that, man. Like the spots that supposedly get you on, like you know, the spot where we went to go perform at, you know, they don't do that. They don't do general hip hop stuff, man. They don't do that stuff, man. Dude, I just admit, I envision us rocking the stage, man, killing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
I was gonna say the MC becomes the DJ. You know how many times I had the DJ as the MC, I was the DJ.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I brought the mics. I brought the what else? I brought cameras. You know what I'm saying? I just brought whatever I had, any equipment I had, and they used it up. You know what I'm saying? That's who the DJ is.
Hey, you know what would be dope too?
What's
if
that?
You could get a GRYSKLL backdrop. Like
they got flags. I saw this flags. I was about to get a flag made and try to put that joint up, man.
Do the flag too. Do the GRYSKLL flag. What I mean, like, get the GRYSKLL castle as a backdrop.
Whoa! Like the Castle GRYSKLL.
Or like have Yanni re-envision
her version of it.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I like the flag too. Walk on stage, plant the flag first.
What? Come on, man.
Yeah, Kareem envisioned like the monitors and Yanni doing some graphics on the monitors too and shit. So yeah, we got a lot of shit. Yeah, this is dope.
Yeah.
What about music? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it wouldn't be like a show like you saying, most of these Chicago shows, it'd be like 15 people on that night. You know what I'm saying? It goes so fast. It's so many people. Like I envision us having like a show. I think like what you're saying is like a show where it's GRYSKLL. It's not like a variety show where, yeah, you know, it's like, okay, it's not like GRYSKLL and then, you know, whoever coming behind them, it's like, okay, we got like 3 hours on stage, you know, whatever it is.
I think that needs to be a bar for us. Like, I think for first joints, I think we just hold ourselves to that standard. Unless y'all that pressed to perform, you'd be like, yo, we're not rocking unless we got at least X amount of time.
Yeah, exactly.
3 hours is a lot of show though.
I think
3 hours is a long time.
I mean, I was exaggerating that, of course. But you know.
I mean, we can't have somebody say y'all got 10 minutes.
Yeah, no,
right. That's not gonna work. But 20 minutes to a half hour, I think would be plenty of time for earlier shows, especially. And we'd have to figure out what the order would be. Like I would
minutes?
say
no.
Well, for an experience though, like 20 minutes, I think
listen,
performing songs, but not for setting an experience.
Just listen to me for a second. Just listen for a second.
Hell no, 20 minutes. No, I'm just bullshitting. Go ahead.
No, nobody knows us, right? Nobody knows us yet, right?
Right.
What we need to do is you retire on top. You know what I'm saying? So we need 20 minutes to a half hour, and we need all that stuff back to back flawless and get out of there while they rocking. Kind of, and then you know that you like the Root said, change the order. There's no way that we could rock after them. That's how you want to leave. If we got an hour and a half, we're gonna end up doing filler stuff. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying we can't get to that point.
Got you. No, you're right.
But 20 minutes, 30 minutes on stage is a good bit of time. It'll go fast with 6 of us, but that's a lot of time on stage. So if we use it right, You get in there, stab them, and get the fuck out.
Yeah, keep it short, make them want more.
Okay.
I mean, that's what made Illmatic such a dope album, is it was short. You wanted more after the last song dropped. Yeah. Okay. Same thing on stage. Like you just you kill that shit and then you jump off.
Oh, yo. Before we I want to talk the show shit because it's fun, but I know Bear usually got to jump off before everybody. We got business shit to talk about, right?
Yeah.
You want to knock that shit out before Bear got to roll?
Hey, what you say again?
I didn't mean to just pull the car off the cliff real quick like that.
No.
Like shit.
What, you hit the time mark?
Yeah, thank you.
All right, switch.
Because I know when we start getting to the good shit, that's what Bear got to roll. I don't want to. I think we're doing good right now.
Let me put this out here real quick.
Thank you, Debbie Downer, for
Peace, my people. It's your boy, the most fabulous T-Bear 183, coming at you once again with them joints that got that high replay value. And this joint here, when you're out there in the wild, digging through racks of CDs, bins of tapes, and bands of records and whatnot, sometimes you just come across stuff that you ain't even heard, but you see the cover and the cover make you want to pick that mug up. So what do I have today? Your boy MF Doom, Operation Doomsday. Man, the cover, look at the cover. You got somebody in a Doom mask. Doom, Fantastic Four fame. Rocking a hoodie, holding a mic. And you got the MF Doom tag. How can you not pick this up? It don't get no more hip hop than this. You got a tag, a dude rocking a hoodie, and a Doom mask, holding a mic. And this was before I even knew that this was Zev Love X from KMD. I didn't even know. I found that out afterwards. I just grabbed it just off the strength of the cover. Dopeness. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Dopeness. It's like, it's nothing to say because I already know you got it in your collection and we can end it right now. I don't even have to talk about it. Doom. The man just comes off with the craziest rhymes ever and make them make sense. And then you be like, how come I didn't even come off like that? My man's is crazy, insane with his rhyme patterns. Insane. And then he's a villain. Joint is so dope, I had to get it twice. Had to get it on wax as well. This one is a repress, Get On Down Records. Y'all need to F with Get On Down. Especially if you was a collector or whatever. F with them. Double LP too. They ain't, double LP, they ain't mess around and just put it on one wax. So you got the good sound quality. Double LP. But anyway, I'm digressing. Man, so the title track Doomsday belongs bananas. My man took a Sade sample and put it over some Boogie Down Production drums. It's like, who does these things? Who does this? And it came off as the flyest shit that you'd never heard. And it's like something nobody else would do. Usually when they digging for samples, they want to go later, 60s, 70s. My man didn't go no farther than the 80s. And he come back and do it again. Rhymes Like Dimes is, man, of course that sample's completely skipping my mind right now. So we just gonna move on. But man, the finest. That's what SOS Band, I think he sampled. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But man, we just keep going on and on and on. And it's like more 80s samples. You're like, are you serious? That's just how dude got down, man. He'll grab some simple joints that you recognize probably because you had the original already. You and moms used to play it on the way to the grocery store on Saturday, you know, and here this dude is sampling it. Crazy. And then just putting some ridiculous boom bap drums right up underneath it. Oh man. The joint where he redid the deal, Met My Baby at the shoot 'em up movies. My man's redid flip that one too. Crazy. This one here, I would listen to it. There was a time where I was listening to this every day for like a year. At least once a day for like a year. So this is the craziness. And man, this is one of those, I don't even really know what you want to call it, man. Magnum opus, but this is a must-have. Anybody that swears that they love hip-hop, you have to have this album. You have to own this album. You can't be trying to pull it up on Spotify. You gotta own it. You gotta have a copy. You gotta have it on CD. You gotta have it on wax. You definitely need to go ahead and buy the MP3s. It's imperative that you have this. This is you need this or you get your membership card revoked type album. It's just that good. It's just that dope. It's just that impactful. This changed the game of underground and all of that. So I recommend it, highly recommend it. Go get it, go own it, get doubles. Get anything you can get your hands on that has this man's name on it. And you'll be satisfied. You won't be let down. It's just that dope. All right, people. Later.
Change gon' come. Oh, yes it will. Now I
GRYSKLL is the crew that we co-founded. If you're watching this, that means you found it. We're very rare, we have a DJ T-Bear. His blends are smooth, they get you out your chair. One to Dial is the name and you heard it. His raps on a Friday, serve fish. Thinking fast, Tobias Black, a rap class, connoisseur, extraordinaire, entrepreneur, and Damon Duchan, the Don from the Shy is lyrical and a fly guy. Dragon's pitchfork, pressing the buttons, pulling the levers, helping keep our mental health together.
Yeah, we gon' keep it together. Keep it together, we gon' keep it together. GRYSKLL, piece it together. Keep it together. Together. Keep it together. Let's do this. The mind to shine. And then together we build with real rhymes for real. The crew keeping it real. The only way to reveal that you weren't living last night. We was popping like pills. So get that ass print in. That boy batted and will. Not lose Kareem. Use the attitude you can use. Brainstorming headshots. Knock you out of your shoes. Shout out to Miss School. My whole squad. Oohs and ahs. Drunk driving hell no. We crash in the bar, we link up and link hard and let the crowd respond. From me to you ain't nothing new, years under the sun. Been done like we still do with couple son of a gun. Sam cooking up a plan for a change to come. GRYSKLL battle cat till our kingdom come. 1 in a million, ask Aaliyah how much damage was done. To a young nation catching cases, running bases for fun. Who that peeking through my window, I ain't seen him in months. My mob goody hoodied up about to roll up a blunt. GRYSKLL affiliate, just as good as it gets. We instrument beans, my team get a lot of respect. No punchline, but a verse could put a hole in your chest. GRYSKLL.
GRYSKLL.